year right now, but Dave Burroughs, the man that started Bloomington Gold, came up with a unique idea so people wouldn't argue anymore at shows why they didn't take a first and they took second or third to someone else. He made it possible so everyone in the same class could take a first, which he called the gold. Now, how'd you come up with that idea? What prompted you?
Because I had show cars. I had a show car. I had one car that I showed from 1973 through 1977. So I would go to these car shows and I'd find out that when you pulled in, people got cleaning buckets and rags and they were cleaning everything. And I thought, well, this is, I guess, fun. And when the judges would come around and you go through the judging process, but when it was all over with, you come up for your big award at the end of the day. And they'd say, okay, first prize goes to Tom Jones. And everybody would clap who was with Tom Jones. Everybody would clap and whistle and have a great time. But if you weren't with Tom Jones, everybody frowned and scowled and got mad. And I thought, this doesn't seem like a way to build good public relations with your show. You have one winner and everybody else loses. That doesn't seem like people are going to have a real good word of mouth about that, other than one person. So I started thinking about how shows are put together. And I thought, when you get your driver's license and nobody wins and everybody else loses that day, you have a set of standards. You drive the car safely and you go by the rules of the road, you pass your little test, you get your driver's license. Well, I had a whole different idea about how to judge cars than based on how clean it is with your white gloves and how pretty the paint is and how much it was chrome. So I had this idea about, let's judge these things based on authenticity. They look like when they left the factory. So it's a simple standard. Hard to accomplish, but simple to understand. So if you can hit that standard, then that's the same as getting your pilot's license, your driver's license, or anything else. So if you can hit that standard, everybody gets the award. If nobody reaches the standard, guess what? Nobody gets that award. So you don't know. So once we did that, and once we said to people, all you got to do is have the thing restored within 95%, or preserved within 95% of the way it left the factory, then you get gold certified. And people came, and all of a sudden we found out after a year or so, people were helping each other, not competing with each other. And that word of mouth was very powerful.
It's a great idea. Yeah, you set the standard, because NCRS does the same thing with the top flight.
Right.
And Chevy Fest does a similar program.
And it has gone way beyond Corvette. A lot of other brands are doing the same thing.
I want to ask you this question. What do you think the future is? Because when you look around, like here at Chevy Fest, and you see these newer generation Corvettes like the C4, C5, C6, it seems like they threw that whole concept away. The percentage of the new buyer today customizes each car they get.
That's right.
So what do you think the future of Bloomington Gold is going to be then?
That's an extremely important question that requires, I think I know what it is, but I'm not articulate enough to be able to explain it in a few number of words. But I'm not if I come back to that. Okay. And I'll diverge just for a moment in terms of what Bloomington Gold is going to be looking toward and where we think, I don't know, where we think the collector car industry is going. And Bloomington Gold really is an organization whose primary mission is preservation of history and research, as opposed to just being a car show. So with that in mind, what we're looking at is whether you're collecting firearms, stamps, coins, antiques, toys, military artifacts, the name of the game in collecting, Smithsonian or any place from there on down, is unrestored original. Authenticity. So Bloomington Gold is looking at focusing on where we've always been, which is now not going wider in the Corvettes, but going wider among all brands with a very narrow philosophy of unrestored originals. So where our future's going is remaining and keeping Bloomington Gold just as it is with Corvettes and certification. But we're also looking at a whole nother horizon which has to do with awarding and being hopefully just as much breakthrough as we were in 1978, is to break through into Mopar, Ford, sports cars and imports for rewarding unrestored original cars like this. And so we're having the first all-brand Survivor show this year. The last day of Bloomington Gold this year will be the America's first all-brand Survivor show. So you'll see anything from a Ferrari to an Oldsmobile, to a GTO, to a Camaro, to a Cadillac, but mostly unrestored. And it'll be a 3-year plan that we'll roll out, and hopefully by 2010 we will see competent judges, extremely in-depth competent judges in each of those brands, that then we would allow them to use our trademark Survivor Certified. So you'll be able to see Survivor Certified Camaros, Survivor Certified Mopars, Survivor Certified Ferraris, along with Survivor Certified Corvettes.
Great idea. Well, Dave, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk about us.